Hi, my name is NJ Agwuna, and I'm applying for the New George's Jam. Why am I interested in the Jam? I am really interested in expanding my artistic community. At this point in time, I find that we are in real need of each other and being able to meet new folks and create work from various backgrounds, giving that kind of voice to more marginalized communities, the communities that I'm a part of that help me thrive, the queer community, the Black community, women, femmes, nerds, being able to tell some of those stories that aren't trenched in trauma are the things that I'm really interested in. And that I believe that being a part of the Jam will help me continue to build and cultivate. I also find that I thrive when I'm learning from others in a collaborative environment. Um, I just really enjoy creating with folks from different backgrounds and to have a community where I can continue to like hone my skills and build on my artistry, as well as discovering how that works with different people is something that I'm very interested in. A moment that I'm really proud of is getting to work with MJ Kaufman on a new piece based off of their short story. And the best part about that collaboration is that we were able to bring in all of the practitioners into the room. So we were able to have a designer in the room, um, a lot of different artists to just kind of build and play and have like a bit of a gym. And some of the things that we were able to come up with in that brief period of time could translate into other workshops. But it's very rare for folks to have the ability to have so many different practitioners with different backgrounds because of time and resources. And we were able to get the resources so that we could have designers in the room so that they too could play. And I was leading that with MJ, and we were basically devising based off of different moments from their short story. And we were able to find moments of silence, moments with like just different elements of the stage, like real lighting moments to really highlight some of the subtext of the text that we were reading. And one of the challenges that we put in place, MJ and I, was that we didn't want any of our practitioners to read the short story before they got into the room. We wanted to cultivate a space of devising where we were all kind of speaking the same language before we tackled the short story. And that way we were all working together and playing. And it was just a real moment of joy. And I'm really happy with some of the things that came out of that room. I hope that we're able to move on and build upon that and make a bigger project. Who am I as a collaborator? As a collaborator, I consider myself a student of all of my collaborators. Um, I don't consider myself the smartest in the room by any means necessary, but I really enjoy learning as I build and getting to discover new things. Especially in terms of structure and like getting to like loosen up the structure of the Western canon and exploring more collaborative storytelling methods with new collaborators from various backgrounds. I'm always interested in the musicality of collaboration, and as a collaborator, I feel like it's a little bit like improv, where you're just kind of like yes-handing each other. There are a couple of no buts, in which there are places in which there are challenges, but I think approaching those challenges with like an open heart. And as my favorite podcast says, loose butt, you know, you're ready for it. And that is who I am as a collaborator. I'm an improviser and a listener, and generally a student of my fellow collaborators. A jam session I would lead. I thought a lot about this, and there are just so many things that I feel like I would love to share in a jam session. But primarily, I think I would lead a moment work uh, jam session, but like how to devise on top of already established work. The thing about moment work, it is based off of the moments that we love in theater. And a lot of it can be coming from more verbatim text and that type of devising. Whereas you can, I feel like you can use moment work also with established work. And we've been doing a lot of that in the Institute and sharing that methodology with other artists and having them go through elements of the stage and how to kind of basically write performance. Because I think it's very useful for writers and directors to kind of collaborate in that sense and without the hierarchy that has been established in our industry, you know. And I think in the expansion of that is how to apply that to musicals as well as opera and like incorporating intimacy training and consent into that practice, especially when dealing with more complex pieces. How do I incorporate and engage my values into my work and artistic practices? A lot of that comes from slowing down. I try to take a lot of responsibility to establish what it means to slow down and take our time through working on artistic processes, because a lot of it, a lot of times we only have so many weeks and it feels so urgent, and sometimes things can be missed. There can be great harm coming from moving too quickly. Um, and so sometimes when I meet with my stage managers and like other artists, I will emphasize how much I want to slow down and take time, especially with specific work. But I think scheduling it out and then taking moments to breathe and realizing that my urgency sometimes isn't everyone's emergency, and taking moments to check in. I love having a lot of check-ins. I love finding more places to play and release. So those are the things that I have started to really incorporate into my artistic practices, making sure that humanity is first, not second. Uh, Thank you so much.